Hey there guys, Aldershot here. Today we're going to do an early look video into Mos Speedrun. And if you're unfamiliar with our early look series, it is a showcase series where we showcase games that are either still in development or still being greenlit on Steam. And Mos Speedrun is still being greenlit on Steam. Alright, so now Mos Speedrun actually isn't that new of a game. It actually got released back in 2012, but it's still currently on the Greenlight process, so I'm going to do a video on it and hopefully help it out, as it is a quite enjoyable of a game. Alright, it's developed by Nick and D 3000, the same guy who developed the Dungeoning, in which we covered on this channel, and a game that I enjoyed quite a lot. So we're going to take a look into another one of his creations. This is actually his first creation prior to the Dungeoning. Alright, so what is Mos Speedrun? Well, let's take a look. It is a speed-based platformer. Alright, and it's all about going really fast and knowing the game in and out. And it's actually quite difficult as well. As you can see, I just kind of died. So as the name kind of suggests, it's all about speedrunning. It's all about going really fast, making the most efficient use out of your movements, and trying to finish the game as fast and as quickly as possible. So there's going to be a certain degree of memorizing the mechanics and the meta of this game, in which we'll talk about down the road. But first I want to mention that the game actually looks quite interesting. It has that sort of pixelated retro look to it. Quite appealing, I must say. I like the style of it. And the music is quite nice as well, as you can hear in the background. The soundtrack is very techno infused, and you know, it's pretty well done, I must say. It's a pretty enjoyable soundtrack. Alright, and there's a couple of interesting little features about this game. There's unlockables. As you can see, I'm wearing a dinosaur suit, which I quite enjoy. You can actually collect and unlock different you know, costumes for your character, and just kind of have fun with that a little bit. So that's actually a nice little feature that will definitely add a little bit of replayability to the game. Now, I did mention that this game's all about going really fast and beating your best score and all that stuff, but Mos Speedrun is a little bit more than that. The developer has definitely put in as many excuses for you to replay the levels as possible, and that's not a bad thing. Alright, you're definitely going to get a bit of value out of the game, as, oops, I just died. As, you know, going really fast is definitely going to be the prime objective of the game. However, you actually need to gain a certain amount of badges in order to progress to the next level and all that kind of stuff. And in order to do that, you have to either finish the game really fast. You can also collect all the coins available in a level, which will also award you with a badge. Or you can collect one of those skull thingies I picked up previously, and that's like hidden around in each level, and that'll count towards a badge as well. So just finishing a level, or a part of a level I should say, won't unlock the next level. You actually have to earn a certain amount of badges before you progress up into the next level. Alright, so you know, you're definitely going to want to replay the game in different stages in order to collect these badges. For example, I'm currently running on level 3. I have a total of 33 badges. In order to unlock level 4, I need a total of 45 badges. So I either collect more badges out of my previous levels here, or collect more badges out of the levels here. And as you can see, each level does, as mentioned before, have multiple different badges available to gain. Star means you completed it, the money means you collected all the coins in the level, the skull means you collected the secret skull in the level, and the little hourglass shape, that means you ran the level really fast and gave you a badge for that. And as you can see, I haven't really collected many of the hourglass badges because honestly I'm not that great at the game. The game is actually rather difficult, to be completely honest. I've died more than once, let's just say. And it is kind of interesting too. As you just saw, when you start the level, you'll see a ghost of your previous runs. and you can kind of race against your previous runs too. That way you kind of know when you're actually doing better than you know, something or a run that you've done before. So that's actually an interesting way of kind of showing the player how well he or she is doing, which is actually kind of nice. I think Super Meat Boy did something similar, and I think this game kind of took it from that. Nothing wrong with that, definitely. I mean, Super Meat Boy is a very, very good game. I certainly don't blame any developers from drawing inspiration from Super Meat Boy. So, quite acceptable, and I actually like it quite a bit as well. Alright. Now, on first impression, the game is fairly simple in its design. I mean, you're only just moving left and right and jumping, essentially. But when you really get into it, when you get into the meta of the game, when you're actually trying to do, you know, as fast of a run as you possibly can, the game actually shows a bit of depth to it, as it's all about, as I mentioned, it's all about the meta. It's about, you know, if you start a little bit late, the bee could be in a different position than what you're used to, so you have to adjust your run at that time in according to, you know, the obstacles being placed differently when you approach it. Alright, so if I was a little bit faster, this guy could be maybe over here somewhere, which will give you more room to kind of jump over him, but because I was a little bit slow, I have to kind of try and avoid him the best I can. And remembering exactly where the positions of the mobs are is actually quite important to the meta of this game, especially when you're doing speed runs. As you know, when you're starting to get really good at this game and you're completing the game by fractions of a second in your record, then you'll start seeing, you know, you're going to start recognizing the exact position of the obstacles and the mobs and where they are placed when you approach them. And that's going to be very, very important when you're trying to do future runs, alright? So, again, this game actually has a bit of a meta to it, which is actually quite enjoyable. Anyone who speedran Super Mario Brothers will understand what I'm talking about as far as meta in platform speedrunning goes. So, for those who do enjoy doing those kind of speedruns, like the Mario Brothers or whatever, oh, I just fell, should have went left, oh well. For those who enjoy doing those kind of speedruns, I think this game is quite well suited for your tastes, as it is quite a intricate platformer. It's quite responsive, and it needs to be quite responsive. And yeah, it can actually get pretty competitive, as you know, as I mentioned, once you reach the meta of this game, you're going to be breaking records in fractions of a second. So again, that, you know, has some competitive value to it, which is actually quite interesting. All right. Now, if this game does look interesting to you, it's actually available currently on Desura. So it's already available for sale, and oh, I just drowned. It's currently available for sale on Desura, and as well as iOS, and on the official website as well. So if this game does look interesting to you and you don't want to wait for the Steam release, you can pick it up right now. Something else I want to mention about the controls. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find the Xbox 360 controller or any kind of controller setup. I don't think it really supports controllers. It might, I haven't found it yet or something, I'm not sure. But I think it would definitely help this game if it did support controller schemes, such as the Xbox 360. Because it's a platformer, and myself and a lot of other PC gamers, you know, usually enjoy playing platformers on a controller rather than the keyboard and mouse, as you know, you get better precision and all that stuff. Now, I don't really like being critical in my early look series of videos. Consider this more of a feedback. So when it does get released on Steam, I think that would be a useful addition to the game to support Xbox 360 controllers or any controller type whatsoever. As you know, Steam has that big picture mode for people who wants to game on the couch, so that will certainly go a long way to help with that. Alright, but yeah, it's a pretty interesting game. It definitely has a certain degree of replayability, as you're definitely going to want to do as well as you possibly can. As it is, you know, as the name suggests, is all about speed running and all that stuff. But not just speed running, the game actually offers a few reasons to replay the levels as well, as mentioned earlier. It's all about finding the best routes and breaking your records and all that stuff. Right, so there you go, Mos Speedrun, pretty interesting game, I have to say. Let's see if I can go really fast in a level. In a level that I've completed already, so I don't end up failing too hard. Let's do this one here. Let's see if we can do this. Let's restart, because I don't want to collect the coins. I want to just go really fast. So after you already got the coin badge, it is probably in your best interest to just ignore the coins and just go really fast. And because there is a meta in the game, the slightest slip, you know, just turning left when you're not supposed to a little bit will completely ruin your run. So that is very important as well. And again, this game definitely has a bit of a meta in which you do have to kind of learn and understand as you play through the game. And it definitely features nice level design as well. It's definitely one of the strongest points of the game. Is definitely the level design. It has a lot of different areas in which you can kind of adjust your platforming skills. It offers a lot of skill-oriented obstacles and memory-based obstacles and stuff like that. And it definitely, sometimes, in some levels, it offers multiple paths, and you're going to have to just find the fastest path along the way. So there you go. Oh, I just broke the record. Alright. I don't think we got the badge, but we did break our previous record, so there is that. Well, there you go, guys. This is Mos Speedrun. It is, it's definitely a charming little game. It's very enjoyable, especially for those who do enjoy speedrunning through platforms and platformers and stuff like that. And so, yeah, there you go. It's pretty interesting, I have to say. Done by the same guy who did the Dungeoning, which is a very good game as well. I do recommend checking that out as well. So, there you go, guys. Mos Speedrun. Not bad at all. So there you go. If you enjoy this, if you like what you saw, you found this informative in any way, you know, send me some love, like, share, fave, and comment. But most importantly, please do subscribe. It helps me out greatly. It'll help me grow, and it'll help feed me my vegetables. So thanks for watching, guys. All the shoutouts.